I'm
I've
like,
started.
get out of here.
And you
Goodbye.
gonna stay here. No, you're staying here. I will
Oh,
drag you from the ninth. I'm dragging you from the ninth floor of hell.
I can
I've dragged you from the ninth floor of hell. You're
I
staying here.
fucking knew it.
No, he's staying. Where is he? Where
Me
is he?
back.
Where is he going?
Stop it.
No, you're staying. I need
I'm
you.
gonna say the N word.
No,
Wait, cool.
I'll edit it out.
Recording, right?
I'll edit it out.
I'm gonna say the N word.
Alright, go ahead. I'll edit it out.
It's showtime!
Alright, guys, so welcome to the Midnight Channel.
To the Midnight Channel.
Alright,
Here we
so.
have taken a 17-year-old Chinese adolescent male
I'm scared
hostage.
until you're playing on the system.
It's fine. As long as you add on to the conversation, we don't care.
Hail Hitler.
Okay, gotta edit that out now. Jesus Christ.
We're just gonna make your life a
Demonetization.
living hell, basically.
Brandon's being more Owen than Owen.
Yeah, no, don't say that
Welcome
one.
to the
No,
gulag.
stop.
Welcome to
Jesus Christ.
Stop, guys. Come on. I don't have to edit all this out. Chill. Alright. So the random topic generator is stupid.
Alright, how about we introduce ourselves first?
Oh, okay, yeah. My name is Thomas, or you can call me Kuma.
It's your boy that makes sushi nerd, or you can call me Andrew. Yes.
We are both the hosts of the Midnight Channel podcast. Here we have
It's
special
not even
guests.
midnight.
We have special guests. We have Brandon, or Ank, as his online name.
It's not midnight.
We have.
It doesn't matter.
We have Owen. I'm not gonna say his online name because YouTube.
I don't know what you mean.
We have Ethan with his online name of me.
My name is quite appropriate.
It's quite not appropriate. Alright, gentlemen, topic of the day. I can't think of one because all these random generated topics are stupid. Motorcycles.
Alright, how.
Oh, coffins. That's great.
Motorcycles?
That's great. Coffins. Yeah, let's talk about coffins. No.
The coffins on
Alright,
the
I'm
back?
gonna be the first one in there.
Jesus Christ. Alright, can we talk about our dumbass waifu bot in our
Listen.
Discord?
I
thought we weren't.
There's nothing wrong with
Tiananmen Square Massacre.
Look, I didn't say that we can't talk about it. I said we
Square
can't
Massacre.
summon on it thing.
Listen.
1989 Tiananmen
The
Square
bot is
Massacre.
amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, man. At least all of us have been snaked at least once using the
Alright,
bot.
and if no one knows what we're talking about the Mude bot, which is a bot that has,
Anti-bot.
shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm making life miserable.
No one likes you, Brent.
I bet I can leave now.
No, you can't. You better. I will drag you back.
You will
Oh
stay.
man, hey, guess
No, he
what?
left.
Guess what? I drag you back.
This is what we have to deal with on a daily basis, guys.
You were
I'm not
never
like
here
this
mostly.
every day.
Everyone on
Yeah,
a
you
fucking
shut
daily
up.
basis.
Alright? I will send Caleb sex slave towards you.
Oh my god.
Me?
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay.
Alright, well, he has to bring that up.
All right, boys.
Alright.
So, topic generators dumb. Let's talk about like.
Alright, guys. We're gonna play the word game. I'm gonna say a word, and you guys tell me the first thing that
What
pops
the
into your
hell?
mind. Ready?
Okay.
Elementary school.
Satan.
Sex.
What?
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 Okay. I'm gonna have to tell this story, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell the story now.
Oh,
All right. Okay, so when I was in middle school, right? No, when I was in like elementary school, right? Like kindergarten, right? So do you guys know like how in kindergarten you would always have like you had the bathroom, then like you would all go at the same time and like form a
Yeah.
line?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like our teacher sent in like 3 boys at a time. So
Uh-huh.
then I remember like going into like one of the stalls, right?
Uh-huh.
And like I was just taking a piss. And then all of a sudden, like one of my classmates came up under me, like under the freaking stall, right? Like his head poked out. He like crawled up. Yeah. So it's just like he poked his head from underneath the thing, and he like climbed into the stall with me.
Uh-oh.
And then he was just like, I'm not even gonna name him. I'm not even gonna say his real name. But he was just like, he just looks at me, right? He's like, hey, do you know what sex is? I'm like,
Oh my god.
and as a kindergartner, I was just like, no. He's just like, okay, and then he left. And I was just like, I was so curious that day, but I didn't want to ask my teacher.
He's just like, I'm gonna rape you.
I remember a semester in elementary school where I was chilling in the bathroom, and you know it was a taboo apparently to use the bathroom in elementary school, and to do number 2 for some reason. I remember one time, I'm the only one in the bathroom. I'm chilling, you know. Some guy walks in. I said, you know, let's have some fun. I lift my legs up to the point where no one can like see me underneath, and I started making ghost noises. And and then 2 seconds later, all I hear is the kid running out the bathroom. I just thought it was hilarious.
I'm coming to kill you.
No, but like finishing up that story, right? I remember going home that day and just going to my mom being like, sex. And then she's like, oh, sex is like being a male or a female. And I was just like, and then my dumbass said, we have sex. And then my mom just beat my ass. My mom was just like, no, you're using it wrong.
You idiot.
I remember crying, and then my mom talked to my kindergarten teacher. He was like, "Yeah, that's messed up." So, but yeah, that's my story.
It's 2 people, 1 female, 1 male. It's when they insert the dick and insert it into the vagina.
Okay. Then.
Okay, you need to chill out.
Alright then. Okay.
All right, Ethan, you got any stories from elementary school you want?
Demonetized.
Stories from elementary school. I
I
remember one.
fell down the stairs.
I don't think there's anything that could top your guys' stories, but So in 4th grade, right? The main thing. So in 4th grade, I had this teacher named Miss Strunk. This old crabby lady. She was pretty meh as a teacher, but there was one redeeming quality about it. Every year, she would take the 4th grade class on an overnight field trip. 3 days, 2 nights, right?
Dead ass.
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. So my friend, let's just call him Tom for now. So back in like 4th grade, he liked Garfield, right? He would bring in the comics and we would all read them, have a laugh.
I respect.
You know how like in school, there's always like the sign out sheet for like bathrooms.
Yeah.
One day, the whole notebook was filled with just Garfield. Like someone wrote Garfield on like all the pages, right?
Okay.
And like the teacher was like, that was like, if no one fesses up, y'all not going on the trip.
Okay.
And I remember everyone thought it was my friend. Cause like
y'all sacrifice your friend.
nah, we didn't. And I think my friend actually was like, yeah, I did it. But the teacher knew it wasn't him. So he's like, no, I know it wasn't you. I'm waiting for the real person to fess up.
Ah.
In the end, it was kind of an empty threat because we went anyway.
Nice.
To this day, we still do not know who actually wrote the names. Garfield. We still don't know. The mystery of my 4th grade elementary school.
Oh, you got any
Bro,
stories
it's
by
probably
elementary school?
What?
You got any source from elementary school?
Oh, real talk.
If you want to
Owen
get them
has a lot of
monetized,
very
just
like
keep it family
PG.
friendly.
That's not happening. Owen
there's
had
no
like a
family
PG
friends.
Just,
13.
no. Just substitute some of the words for other words.
no deadass. Owen was like in a gang.
Yo,
He, like, hung out with, like-
YouTube. You're not hearing any of this, alright?
It was an accident.
I remember you told me the story. I remember this.
It was an accident. I didn't know what I was doing.
Like Owen gained the respect of a gang somehow by like.
Ow!
What did he do?
Owen, tell the story.
Oh, so... okay, anyways. Alright, so, in middle school, right? For some reason, this playground was just, like, all fucking full of random, like, fucking people, okay? And at some point, I guess there was just, like, this gang group that had nothing better to do with their lives. But they were being real fucking noisy and annoying. I just went down there, I'm like, alright, you dumbasses need to get the fuck out here before I just, like, beat the shit out of every single one of you.
Sounds like Owen, to be honest.
Yep.
Owen's still Owen.
They were very annoying. At the end, basically what happened was we became really good friends,
Oh, incredible.
and we broke a lot of necks. Anyways,
Incredible.
Okay.
Alright then.
We'll talk about your favorite topic then, Thomas. It's hentai. Let's do
That's
it.
not.
Oh,
no,
Jesus
how you
Christ.
gonna expose me on the first
And
podcast?
then
God,
Episode
the
one.
first episode.
Episode one.
flexed on him.
Second episode is gonna be a roast battle between. Cool. All right, so Kuma, actual topic.
Alright. I want to talk about isekais. You know, anime is isekai, like, oh, reincarnated to a
I'm
different
okay.
world.
I'm gonna say Konosuba had to be this one. Like,
No,
you could
no,
argue
no,
about
whoa,
Shield
whoa,
Hero.
whoa.
You can argue Shield Hero, but like
Overlord,
Konosuba.
Overlord had to have been the best isekai. I don't know what you mean Konosuba. And
Nah,
I know,
Konosuba for me
I know Owen can
keeps
back
it
me up
real.
on this.
What happened?
He's saying that Konosuba is a better isekai
Is it not?
than
Yo,
Overlord.
someone actually wants to get clapped.
That's what I'm trying to say. Overlord had, I don't know, Konosuba.
I'm gonna call up my boys right now. Give me 1 second.
Like, chill out.
Overlord's better.
I get that, you know, it has a lot of comedy and there's a lot of good aspects, you know. There's fantasy, there's real life struggles, you have Kazuma, really good protagonist. But Overlord has everything you need. There's murder, there's murder,
There's character builders.
there's character
Persona
development.
4?
There's so much more that we have to figure out too. Like, you know, it's not all just about what's in like the game and the
Also
world
the
that
light novels.
Momonga now lives in. It's about all of his friends that used to play the game and where they could be now and their NPCs that they made, you know,
And more murders.
and more murders.
But one thing I
I'll
do not
be the
like.
baddies.
One thing I do not like is those cliffhangers.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially
Yeah,
the
just
ending of
read the
season
light
1.
novel.
Wait, oh yeah. Also, I'm gonna put a spoiler disclaimer.
Yeah, this is all I'm hearing.
Wait, what are you hearing?
Look in general.
Let me see this. Also, I'm gonna put the picture of who wants to talk about.
Come on, to talk about murders.
All right, I'm gonna put that picture up on the video whenever. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Make that thumbnail.
Look at the thumbnail.
I'll make that a thumbnail. Nah, honestly, I want to see if someone could draw like a little thing. don't know,
Well, I can
regardless,
drop a
though.
crap.
All right.
Alright. Okay, so what about Isekai specifically did you want to talk about? Like,
I just want to talk about why there's isekais are good. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I feel like there's way
much of
too
them.
many. There's too much.
oh yeah, there's
And
a
it's
lot.
a hard cliche. And there are some people like I know this one manga. I'm gonna butcher the word. It's called. Where is it? Let's see, I have it on my phone right here. It's called Tondemo Skill de Isekai Horo Meshi. It's essentially a manga about this guy. So it's the same cliche. The other world, they summon the heroes to you know, protect their world, but they accidentally summon a fourth person who doesn't have a warrior trait. This person's like a cook.
A cook.
A cook, yeah. Did I tell you about this?
No.
For a second, I
I'm
thought
looking
you were
up
talking
now.
about Shield Hero, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, wait a
Yeah,
second.
no, he's a cook.
That's another story.
skill de isekai.
Yeah. He's a cook, and he makes foods, and his skill is to have like he has an online market, which is essentially a market where he can buy foods from the Japanese world, the world of our universe, Japan.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I think that's cool. You know, like they're putting a spin on it. He's not a warrior. He cooks. He makes different types of food. That's good.
So-
But I feel like there's just too many isekais and people trying to make it different. You know, like there's Death March, there's Log Horizon.
I thought
Konosuba,
Shield Hero was pretty
Overlord.
good.
Shield Hero is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing any of the animes you're talking about. I'm just saying that there's just too many of
Too
them.
much of it.
Too many, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of overexposure, especially like this season. We got like reincarnation into a slime.
That
we
one was a
got,
good one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like what they did. With
Yeah.
How he talked about the pains of the world and how he didn't want to feel it anymore, and it happened. So, he became a slime. He's in the he can't be hurt by cold or hot or he can't.
I feel like that's like a complete like different take. Konosuba, 'cause everything just screwed over Kazuma.
Yeah, Kazuma. He had the choice of having what he wanted, and he
You
decided.
made a mistake.
He decided to take revenge than to think smartly, and brought Akko with him instead of choosing what he could have had a skill, he could have had something, but instead he wanted revenge on Aqua, the goddess that
He's
laughed
not the
at him.
smartest person.
I mean, think about
Aqua's
this. You
sick,
just
though.
died. You just died, and then you had the option just like, weapon or goddess. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, obviously goddess.
And,
It's like-
and after he picks the goddess, look at that. Oh, the goddess punch. Oh, look at that. Weak.
One word. Useless.
Useless, exactly.
Useless. I don't know. I just,
Aqua drinks. She wastes the money that Kazuma works hard to work for.
I think Megumin's like the most like. The only bad quirk about Megumi is that she just like only knows explosion magic.
Yeah,
and I
and she
think that's
could
the
know a
only
lot
thing.
more, but and her mana pool is extremely low. Cause she
Yeah.
uses one spell and then just completely knocks out.
Darkness is just an M, but like
Listen, darkness is
Aqua-
actually pretty strong though.
Darkness is strong.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like also on the topic of strong, I feel like Kazuma has grown extremely strong in magic wise by the end of like the season 2, because he's learned a lot of, he's learned a lot of magic and he's learned like skills, you know, especially from Wiz, you know, the life drain ability.
Drain touch, yeah.
Yeah, drain touch.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna complain that we have too many isekai, because, like, I personally don't mind it, but, like, I'd like something to change up the game, you know? Like My Hero Academia did for, like, Shonen. Like, being the, like, tell me how Boku no Hero is, like, more Naruto than Naruto?
Then Boruto itself, that's how exactly. Like, honestly though, I feel like I really enjoy the stories of Zero to Hero, and I enjoy the way that they do it.
Yeah.
Like, Boku no Academy is a good touch, you know, he's like, oh, I'm weak, but I've always wanted to do what I couldn't do. And then he has someone show him the light, show him the way that he can do this, even without having any powers.
Yeah.
But eventually gets powers. I feel like also another good, speaking on the topic of Isekai and Zero to Hero, Dungeon Seeker is a really good manga.
Never heard of it.
Dungeon Seeker is a manga where this group of people is the main character. He's being bullied by this group of boys, and there's a girl there, his childhood friend. They all as they're going back to class, they appear in like a different dimension. The god's like, hey, you know, like I'm trying to have some fun, and it transfers all. He shows them all their stats, and apparently the main character is skillless. Like he's has no skill, you know, like he has no like class. Same with the other girl too. And they get transported to the other world. His main bully is a warrior class who is pretty high, and he pretends to be a good person, and then eventually they trick the main character into going into the dungeon. And once you hop into the dungeon, the wall closes behind you. And it turns out that the both of them were like dating each other, and they tricked him to do so. This was a mistake though, because since he's jobless, he can take any type of skill he wants. And literally on the first floor, he fights like this Grim Reaper guy, and he eats his heart. He gains a revolver, and he already has the ability to appraisal things, which makes him a lot stronger. And eventually, he gets the ability to like a butcher that can take skills and stuff from other people. And he gets really strong just by killing that first guy. He was level 500.
Kirito question.
Essentially.
How does a level 1 kill that?
No, the reason was because you can't hurt him, but the ground that was underneath him was very unstable because the ground was full of bones, right? And so all he did was he jumped, leaped, and landed right in front of him and shattered the ground beneath him. And the Grim Reaper got stabbed by a pillar underneath.
I'm dead.
Yeah. For being very strong, he only had I specifically remember, I think he only had 15 health.
So he just kept dodging.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Alright, what else?
Imagine all those dead bodies just gave him the level.
I don't know. It's similar to Death March, that first episode.
Yeah.
With that meteor.
Should we call this? Okay, so Pokemon Sword and Shield starters.
Oh
With
yeah.
gun.
I personally like Grookey. I was always a big fan of the grass type starters. And I just like the way Grookey looks, you know?
Yeah, Grookey looks
Always
really
like
cool, but
fire
I think
starters.
I might just go with Sport Bunny.
So, you know, I remember when they made a popularity list. Scorbunny won.
Yeah.
I'm
Fire best type lead.
salty,
Okay.
but not at the same time. I'll be salty if they make another firefighting type as a starter after having already 3. You know, I kind of want to change, but there have been some leaks about what their second type will be from the trailer. How Scorbunny ran on that gear, Sobble was invisible, and how like Grookey was like hitting a stone with like a wooden bat.
Yeah.
So people are thinking that Scorbunny is gonna be Fire Steel. They think Sobble's gonna be like Water Psychic. They think Grookey's gonna be like grass and either ground or grass and rock type.
Okay, actually, I'm gonna post something in general. Let's go over like each starter and like see which one's like the best out of like each generation.
Alright,
Okay, so Gen 1,
Gen 1,
we have
we have
the
Bulbasaur,
classics Bulbasaur.
Charmander, and
Charmander.
Squirtle.
Yeah.
Personally,
Let's. All right, Kuma, go first.
personally, I like Bulbasaur.
Hello?
Charizard.
Bulbasaur was like he was like in my opinion he was just imagine the
Cute.
he was the 4-leaf clover in the whole patch. Alright, I really enjoyed Ivysaur. I don't know, it's just he seemed like a really good starter. The other two just didn't appeal to me like Bulbasaur did. Mainly probably because he was unpopular, you know? He was the most unpopular one definitely compared to both of them.
I don't know. For me, Dragon,
Well,
Charizard.
Well, Charizard's not a dragon type though. His Mega Evolution is.
Wait, what?
Charizard is a flying
But I
fire
mean,
type.
you get like a
He's flying
tiny ass
fire.
little reptile that turns into a big ass dragon that doesn't even count as a dragon
Yeah,
type.
it's not a dragon type.
Nope.
It's a flying fire type.
I get that, but still, it's just like
You wanna know what
I
is a
don't-
dragon type?
what?
Alolan
Ask you.
Executor.
Why?
Alolan Executor is a dragon type.
Huh?
Yup,
Huh?
yup.
I'm gonna Google that. Hold on.
I'm telling you, Alolan is that tall tree thing is a dragon type. Can you imagine
Does it
that?
fucking grow wings off?
I don't know, but it's a dragon
that?
type. You think I'm lying? Go search it up. It's a dragon type.
I'm gonna look this
What
shit
the
up.
fuck?
That sounds the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Wait.
I think I'm joking. I'm being
Are you actually
Yup, look. See, I'm telling you.
Dragon
It is
No,
a dragon
where?
type.
How is that thing a dragon, my
I
dude?
don't know, but I remember when that was revealed, so many memes had popped up talking about how Executor like.
Yeah, cause that's dumb. Like,
Exactly.
hello?
Yup.
Oh my god. Alright, second gen,
Wait, no,
Chikorita.
no. Wait.
Oh wait,
we didn't
oh wait,
hear
yeah,
Brandon's.
Ethan, go.
Ethan Brandon. What was your starter, guys, for Gen 1?
Charmander.
Charmander. I'm not surprised. How about you, Brandon?
Probably Charmander.
Probably Charmander. Alright, that was.
I don't know, I still think like, out of everyone, like
There
out
is
of,
no love for Squirtle.
I don't know.
I mean, I like the guy, but come on, Charizard.
I mean, here's my thing, right? Like, if Pokemon were to exist in real life, right, and Pikachu wasn't an option for a starter, right? I think out of all of them, like, as a domestic pet, I'd pick Bulbasaur.
As a domestic pet,
As like a domestic pet Pokemon, hell yeah, I'd pick Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's adorable as shit. Like, I remember watching, like, when Sun and Moon happened, right? And Ash went back to Kanto. You just saw, like, one of the first Pokemon he meets is, like, Bulbasaur. He's like, oh, what's up? And then, like, Bulbasaur just, like, has this, like, big-ass smile, and then he, like, runs to Ash. He's, like, adorable. I was just like, oh, I want that as a pet. Like, if I had a Squirtle and, like, a Charmander, I'd always have to worry about, like, I don't know, Squirtle just seems slimy in real life. He just gives out that.
what? No.
He's a turtle,
No, He's a
dude.
plant.
He's a wet turtle.
That's a plant. Yeah, it's a plant on
Wait,
his back.
Squirtle? I said Squirtle.
Oh, Squirtle. I'm sorry. No,
Squirtle.
turtles aren't slimy. Have you felt a turtle before?
What do you mean? They wet?
No, that doesn't make them slimy.
I don't know. He gives out that vibe.
Okay. How about we move
And
on
then-
from the Kanto?
Wait,
Alright.
Ethan. Oh wait,
Oh,
we
Ethan
were
already
talking
said
about
Charmander.
that. Okay. I'm just
We
forgetting.
move on to the Johto region. All right.
Okay.
We
So
have
we got-
Chikorita,
Cyndaquil
Cyndaquil,
and Totodile.
Totodile. Personally, I was always a Typhlosion man. Typhlosion looked the best out of all three of them. Okay. Flame Wheel looked really good in Future Generation because he actually spun, especially in the animation. The animation, that's what got me to it. The Flame Wheel. That was good animation right there. I'm
I'm
gonna
kind
have
of
to
in a
say Cyndaquil.
conflict here.
Yeah.
conflict here because if we're talking about like Final Evolution, I like Typhlosion the best.
Of
If
course.
we're talking just the beginning, I like Totodile better than Cyndaquil.
Mm.
So I'm
I don't
kind of
know.
at a crossroads here.
Yeah, I mean, I like Cyndaquil and Totodile as like start first evolution. It's just like, come on, Final Evolution is kind of like easy clap.
I might just go with Cyndaquil because
Typhlosion.
Yeah, I might just go with that. Yeah. What about you, Brandon?
Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil?
Cyndaquil for me. dude.
Yeah, Cyndaquil.
Alright. Now I move on to from Johto to Hoenn.
Pokemon Johto.
We have Trico, Torchic,
Mm.
and Mudkip. Personally, in my opinion, one of the hardest decisions.
Yeah, this is the hardest decision for me.
One of the hardest. Easy for me though. Kind of hard though. I'm stuck between Torchic and Trico. I was-
nah,
I was
all
never
them-
a Mudkip fan. I'm not like
Really?
No, I did not. Yeah. I did.
I
Final
see,
Evolution
this is kind of
wise?
hard.
Okay. Personally for me, if it was like, okay, so like I like is it Grovyle? That's his last evolution for Trico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like Grovyle out of everything.
Grovyle, Blaziken, and Swamp.
Okay, so Grovyle, best like final evolution for me personally. Torchic and Torchic and Combuskin.
Oh wait, no, Blaziken. Blaziken's last.
No, I know, but like I'm talking about like middle level.
Oh,
Second
middle.
evolution. I like I like Torchic, I like Combuskin, and I'm kind of debatable about like because like Mega Evolution Blaziken is kind of hot.
If it comes, if it comes to Final Evolution, I'd have to say Blaziken. But if it was just starter itself, I'd say Trico.
If it were starter itself, I'd go with Torchic, Mudkip, and
If it was starter itself, I would actually go Mudkip.
yeah, Mudkip's adorable. But like to be honest, Grovyle reminds me of Hashirama. So
But if we could go with final, I actually like Blaziken the best.
I don't know, Blaziken just got that tuft of hair that looks like a dick. Dead ass.
How about you, Brendan?
Friend.
Oh,
No, he's not mute.
sure. I mean, no, because he mutes his mic.
He's not muted, but he just muted himself probably.
I guess we can continue on.
Alright.
Next we have from
Owen just pieced out.
yeah he did from Sinnoh to the Universe region.
So we got
This was hard for me.
Hurt. Nah, this one's easy clap for me.
I played 3 different runs with each starter because that's how hard it was for me to decide.
Damn.
But
It'd be like that.
At the end of it, I have to say Turtwig was my best choice.
Nah.
No, it had, like, honestly, it had for me. It had to have been Turtwig.
Personally, I don't really have a stake in this. All of them were alright. I can't really pick a favorite because none of them really stood out. Personally.
I don't know, for me, what stood out to me, Piplup.
Piplup, really. That's actually the one I hated.
Really?
Yeah, it was my least favorite one out of Chimchar and Turtwig.
Nah, for me, I don't know, Turtwig. I mean, yeah.
I just wasn't a big fan.
I don't know, this is just a really hard generation to pick out. Like, Chimchar. I don't know, Chimchar was good, Turtwig was good, and then Piplup was good, and Evolutions and stuff, they were really good too.
Alright. We move on from Unova to the Calsweep. No wait. Now we're at the Unova region. What am I saying? We're at the Unova region. We have Oshawott, Tepig, Slavy.
Okay.
I never liked Slavy.
Neither.
I love Oshawott. And Tepig is a second choice for me.
Same. I agree wholeheartedly, but
Honestly.
I did not like Oshawott. Oh my god, you're so special. His second evolution was so cool, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I had a problem with Samurai. Diwa was dope, but I felt it was Samurai was fine in my opinion.
Yo, imagine like Shell Sword. Oh god.
I mean,
didn't
yeah, but I mean,
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm back. Personally, I actually like Snivy the best.
really,
Really?
I could tell once I could tell you were a bit shook when
Yeah,
I said
I
didn't
know.
like Snivy.
when like you said I never really care for Snem, I'm like, nah. I actually kind of I like Snivy. Out of the three, like Oshawott, yeah, he's cute, and my heart does melt sometimes. But I just like Snivy better. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I just like sea otters. They adore.
Otters are cute, definitely, yeah. Have
But,
you
like,
seen
Samurai-
otters are really
I'm not. I'm definitely not denying that he's cute because he is. But like, also I'm kind of factoring all the other forms in my mind. I do not like Oshawott's like evolved forms. I don't really like him at all.
I like Ewok. Ewok looked really cool.
Ewok was alright.
He
Ewok
looked
was
like a
like-
essentially, essentially.
Wait, hold on.
Yo, facts. Like,
Was
come
that-
on, I'm gonna find something.
Mhm.
Okay, this would have been cool as a final evolution.
Facts. That's
I
good.
mean, I
That's- I actually
guess.
kind of like it. I actually like it.
Like something like that. Like,
See,
just
I
not
kind
Ewok.
of get what you understand.
I'm not like a samurai.
Considering it did go from like first evolution 2 feet to second evolution on both legs, and then just all of a sudden 4 legs. You know,
Yeah,
I
that
kind
makes no.
of understand where you're coming from. But I don't know. I have no problem. I have no problem with.
I just like Snivy. I don't know. Tepig was alright.
I'll give it to you. The third
I just
evolution of Snivy was pretty elegant. It was the most elegant out of all 3 of them. But just,
Yeah.
it wasn't my cup of tea.
Tepig's evolutions just became bigger and bigger.
He,
He became
he
like.
just got really bulky. He was a strong boy, honestly. Alright. Now we
Wait, like Tepig went from 4 legs to 2.
Yeah,
Oshawott
he
went from
did.
2 legs to 4.
Yep. And Snivy say the same. All 3.
Alright, this
Now I
one,
move on to the Kalos region. And
this
this
was kind of hard for me.
was not hard for me. I picked Froakie.
Okay, honestly, yeah.
Yeah, like Fennekin.
I didn't like most of these. But hold on,
Fennekin.
but like
Fennekin-
Froakie though? Greninja? Yo.
Yeah, Greninja was really cool. Especially when you can get Ash Greninja. If you put
Yo,
it in one game, that was
facts.
really good.
hold
Greninja
on.
easy clap.
I forgot. Was this in black and white or black
No.
and white? What was this?
This was in Sun and Moon, I believe. No,
Oh,
no,
Ash
XY.
Greninja?
XY.
Oh, XY.
XY
Yeah, I
was
never-
Ash Greninja.
Yeah, I stopped at black and white, so I don't have any real opinion on anything past black and white.
I see.
But if I had to just go by looks and what I remember,
Don't you dare say Fennekin.
There's a chest.
no.
Not the
Actually,
the dog, but that's
yeah,
it.
I was kind of
Chespin?
thinking. Yeah, I actually think
Really?
he's kind of cute. Chespin, yeah. Like just based on like what I can see right now, I kind of like Chespin. He's like Chespin.
Yeah,
I just
but-
like him.
That's fine.
Again, I don't know much about him because again, I didn't play X and Y and I didn't play Sun and Moon. I haven't played anything black and white. So
Alright.
this is just my
Alright.
what I see. This is just me literally judging a book by its cover.
Damn. Okay.
Alright, and move on to the current.
Next region's kind of easy clap.
Although this is so easy. I picked Rowlet.
I picked Litten.
Really? I mean, I kind of
Litten.
understand where you're coming from.
Sonora!
As long as like, I mean, I like Poplio, but I just
Poplio,
never,
but
I would never
like-
choose Poplio.
Nah,
Yeah, I would.
I don't mess with Pope. He cute, but like, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
Litten, Rowlet, like Decidueye?
like, bro, the Decidueye looks really good. Like
Decidueye
he
looks so
looked like the Robin Hood of Pokemon.
Yo, facts.
Uh-huh. Especially in that Poké Tournament game where he had like a bow and arrow.
Yo, facts. And
Uh-huh.
then like, Fedor and Smash is just like crazy. Poplio got no love though.
I have no comment on this since I don't know anyone.
Okay, what about, okay. And then that brings us back to Swim Shoot. Got Scorbunny, got,
Grookey, and we
Mhm.
have Sobble.
oh. The
Starting
problem
off
is
the
we
bat-
have access to
Starting off the bat, the names are stupid. Like I get Scorbunny, Scorching Bunny, that makes sense. You know,
Sobble.
Grookey, like Sobble. What is that? Like I get the meme is that he sobs a lot. You know, he cries a lot. That's a meme. I get that. Like Scorbunny makes sense. That was kind of genius. Not gonna lie, Scorching Bunny. That made sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can someone pull up a picture for that?
Ooh, that she's a Tsune.
All right, hold on. I'll pull up 3 pictures. All right.
Yo, I'm just gonna say this right now. Ethan,
Duh.
there was an Overlord character in the
Yeah,
waifu
I saw. I didn't really care too much.
Okay, so it's just 3 of us now.
Yeah,
Yep.
Are you sure you don't want to bring Edmund in last minute?
Nah, this is fine.
Alright.
All Alright, I'm gonna post in general chat. These are the 3
Ooh, Mio Honda.
starters.
Oh, Brandon's back.
What the fuck is that?
Is that Bo?
Oh,
Alright,
Bo!
Bo. We're talking about Pokemon right now.
I don't think Bo play
Fox.
Pokemon.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Did you ever play Pokemon? Did you say Digimon?
He play Pokemon Go.
Yo, my favorite starter is Agumon.
Bro, Agumon all the way, bro.
Yo, my favorite Pokemon starter is Blue Eyes Legend.
Yo, bro. Bro.
Boy.
Time Wizard, bro. What you mean?
Nah.
Baby Dragon.
Just as you say that, look what shows
Oh
up.
yeah, I saw, yeah.
No. Black ass white dragon.
Oh my god.
Black Eyes.
Black ass white dragon.
Mr. Satan, I want to hit for my starter, dude.
Oh god. Alright.
Yeah,
Alright,
you
guys,
start with-
please, topic away from the bot, please. Alright. So yeah, those are the 3 starters for Sword
Just
and
look-
Shield.
Alright, just going by looks, score bunny.
See, people always say that.
And Scorbunny look cute as hell though. Well, like Grookey adorable too.
Now, I personally am getting Sword.
I personally am not kidding.
I don't know. It depends on the legendary. It always depends on the legendary. What you call this though? Oh my god! I really hope like Scorbunny doesn't turn to Big Chungus.
I hate Thomas.
Really hope.
Alright, well, regardless.
If anything, Scorbunny,
Oh,
I imagine it to look like the Easter Bunny from Guardian. Like
Either
very
that, or I'm
lean.
thinking Scorbunny's gonna look like a track star. Or
Track
maybe,
star?
Like, you know, tall, lanky, skinny.
Yeah. I don't know. Sobble. What if Sobble pulls like a Greninja and like freaking gets like cooler looking as he like evolves?
Oh no.
That's the problem.
Regardless, though, I for every game I get, I always have a friend who has all the starters at the end of the game. Regardless, she'll just give it to me.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? What was your first anime you ever watched?
If
Like,
we're
the thing
if
that
we're
got
if
you-
we're counting out like childhood,
Like, what was the thing that got you like into anime?
so the
Like,
story,
into things that weren't mainstream.
I guess.
so
Alright then.
back in when I was younger, I had these Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball. I had like VHS tape Dragon Balls
Damn.
that I would watch in like my grandparents' room on a TV, and I guess I only had a set few because I remember watching them over and over again. It was when Goku he stormed the Red Army place and he met Android 8. I think it was. Yeah, the Frankenstein Android. It was always, and I always remember that. You know, I thought it was a really good. And as now me being 17, I read the manga. You know, I read all of it. I understand what happened. I think it's pretty
Yeah.
good. You know. But if we're talking about like
Gateway anime.
gateway anime, when I was in the 6th grade, I was chilling. You know, I didn't, new to the shit. I wasn't that big of a nerd back then. I remember my friends. I had 2 friends. They both female. They were talking about Crunchyroll. I was like, oh, what's Crunchyroll? Like, oh, it's the thing where you can watch anime. I'm like, oh, what's anime? You know, because I never understood what anime was. And so I asked another friend. I'm like, hey, what should I watch? And she recommends Fairy Tail. At that time, my cousin had let me share with her Netflix account, and Fairy Tail was on there.
Yeah.
So I watched like 50 episodes of Dub Fairy Tail, and I enjoyed it. And from then on, I just started watching other animes.
Alright.
What about you?
Should I go now?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So this is actually pretty predictable, but let me tell the story
Yo.
behind it. It is Code Geass.
Oh, I had a feeling.
Oh.
That's
because
actually the same with Alex too. Alex also watched
I'm
Code-
counting. So I'm counting this as things that because like Yu-Gi-Oh was more childhood and it didn't.
Mhm.
I'm considering gateway anime as like what drove you to like watch other anime.
Yeah.
Code Geass was my first anime that I watched of my own volition that was not recommended or I'm discounting Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh because everyone watches Pokemon.
Everyone
watches
watches
Pokemon, whatever. I'm discounting those two. So yeah, it's Code Geass because that was the first one I like found on my own, and I decided to watch without anyone's input. Like I made the decision myself, and I remember I got so warped, I got so into it. Like I didn't even realize how old it was because it looked so new. It looked good. Like I remember I watched it like I found it like back in I think 6th, 7th grade or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, that was it. And then I started to watch. That started me on watching like other types of anime, not just the mainstream stuff. So I remember that led me into Mirai Nikki, watching that with my friends.
Oh boy. How does
no.
Code Geass collect Mirai Nikki?
I have no idea, man, but it happened somehow. And then after that, we went. Oh wait, if we're on the topic of anime, can I share a funny story with
Yeah, sure. I think I know what story you're gonna tell.
Soul Eater?
Yeah, I know what you're gonna tell.
I don't know if I told Thomas. Do you know the story about? Okay, so spoilers for anyone who
It's
What?
okay,
Soul
I'm putting a disclaimer in the beginning to begin with.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it again. So spoilers if you haven't read the Soul Eater manga. So in the end of Soul Eater, Shinigami-sama or Death dies, and that the kid takes over for him, right?
Mm.
So when my friend, let's just call him Tom for now. 'cause,
Again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Tom. It's simple. It's the first name that pops into my head. All right, so Tom was reading Soul Eater, right? And Shinigami-sama was one of his favorite characters. So when he got up to the part where he died, he was like, "No!" And it just so happened that around that time, an ELA teacher had an assignment to just write about anything. So my friend wrote a eulogy to Shinigami-sama and handed that in as his homework. My teacher was so moved by it that she made the entire class write eulogies to Shinigami-sama.
Wow.
Regardless,
How that even works.
and everyone who knew Soul Eater was like, I got this. But then like you have 3/4 of the class, you know, who haven't watched it, like, with like
fuck's this
Shinigami-sama. Oh my god, it was so funny, yo. Needless to say, I was alright with this.
All right. For
Alright,
me
that's it.
personally, my gateway anime isn't Naruto. It wasn't Dragon Ball, and like I'll explain why later. Like Dragon Ball and Naruto are like one of my date, but like when I was a kid, I fucking hated them. Cause like when I was growing up, right, Dragon Ball and Naruto were like really big. Like I remember in our school library we had Naruto and Dragon Ball, but like I never like messed with it because it was just weird to me. Because every kid, like you would always have those like times in the. I remember some kid came up to me and was just like, "Yo, Andrew, let's do the fusion dance," and I'm like, "The fusion dance." And then he did some like weird poses. And I was just like, "Okay, I'm gonna go."
Just imagining like a middle school kid just doing the fusion dance,
Like,
and I'm just
come
like,
do the
oh my
fusion
god.
dance with me. I'm just like,
Is this trying to signify something else?
so then what else? I remember watching like one episode of like Zekai on Nicktoons. It was like mad early. The episode exactly was when Frieza was cut in half, and Goku was just like, "I'm gonna give you some energy." Like I remember that episode, and just watching that out of context, not knowing Frieza at all, barely knowing Goku with like yellow hair, blue eyes, and shirtless. I was just like, that doesn't look right. This doesn't look like something I'd watch.
This is really something I watch.
And the only other thing I was exposed to at the time, everyone knew that meme at the time.
What meme?
It's over 9,000.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
What else? And then Naruto was on Jetix. On that, it was like the precursor to Disney XD. But yeah, that show was on Jetix, and I was just like, I remember watching like the intro maybe, and it was like the American intro. It was just like rocking, no soul whatsoever. Like it replaced Haruka Kanata, which is one of my favorite animes from part 1. But yeah, it just looked so unappealing to me. I was just like, this looks so like edgy. This is not like my show. So like I like missed like the key anime, except for like Pokemon as I was growing up. What got me into anime as a whole was actually Ouran High School.
Oh my.
Because I don't know what it was. It was just like it was so different from like anything I've ever seen at that point. I love comedy. You can show me any comedy and that's why like That's why in my top like 10 I had Michijo and Konosuba. But like, yeah, for some reason it was just like a different take on a romance story, and it was just like really funny and over. I like the style of. And then from then on I watched Basket, another shoujo manga. And then I went to Soul Eater and High School Dead. Because that's one hell of a transition. And Full Metal Alchemist. That was like the game changer for me. Like Full Metal Alchemist really changed my. So yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, why is Ben here, by the way?
Ben's gonna be editing.
Oh, when
My-
did you join? I actually remember what I was I never told me. Oh, here's Ben.
Yeah, he's been.
So Ben, want to add any input to the podcast?
Talking about first animes. I know an anime that Ben enjoys
Which one?
deeply.
Is it the hentai?
I will finger you, Thomas. I
It's
swear
called
to God.
Haganai or Tomodachi ga Sakunai.
Which means.
Ben's our editor.
It's essentially Haganai was the story of this club of people that wanted friends, and the main character had made it with another main character also. And the
Okay.
story goes on where other people join the club. Some stuff happens. Ben enjoys the anime deeply, and the
Yeah.
character he loves is Senna.
Who's Senna?
Senna is a blonde-haired woman. She's very sporadic. She loves the main character's little sister to the point where like,
She
yeah,
basically pretends that it's her own child.
essentially, yeah. And yeah, the two main characters liked the male main character. Yeah, and the ending was horrible.
Oh my God, literally. So let me just explain the ending. So the ending goes a little something like this, where the main character had a fight with this blonde chick in the group, and so he avoids the club for like a very long time, maybe like a week or two. And so he avoids them, and then one of the club members comes to him, and they're like, "Oh, you know, a lot of people miss you, even the blonde chick too. So you know, you should at least come back, and you know, what happened, just come back." And so he actually does. He only sees the blonde chick in the club room by herself, and the sun setting, you know, very romantic as usual, as any anime would. And so he goes up, and then they start talking, and then you know it pans to like their mouths, right, like they're about to fucking kiss, and then all of a sudden they get a fucking phone call, and it's like a pre-recorded message from this other chick that also liked the main character, who's being a little bitch.
Hey,
And she
listen.
fucking-
She told him about her feelings before he moved.
Anyways, fucking, she goes on to say, "I'm moving, don't find me, and fuck all of you." And then
Sounds like
basically,
Toradora.
the anime ends off with both the main character and the blonde chick never kissing and just saying "what?" and it zooms out on the school. Roll credits.
Sounds like Toradora's ending.
Yeah,
kinda.
honestly.
I wanted to throw
yeah,
my
but-
computer.
Well,
out
yeah,
the
but
window.
Toradora,
Oh,
Ryuji and Tiger got together.
Yeah, they got together.
Exactly. Like Chunibyo, they got together. You know,
Yeah,
they got together. But Haganai, they didn't get together.
that's
I
a
had to
big...
fucking watch hentai to fucking satisfy.
Okay,
my-
chill out.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, editor.
Edit that out.
Just
Nah.
bleep that out.
Okay, what else?
Yo, Ben.
Ah,
Hold up.
Oh, easy. He joined them.
Okay, so how long are we gonna do this till?
Doesn't matter. We can do like an hour or two.
It's
Alright.
actually.
We started at like 7:30. It's been an hour. I'm fine.
Yeah,
Keep going. Okay, what else? Alright.
So far
We need to we need to tell Ethan about Persona without a doubt.
The magic. The magic.
I mean, okay. As it stands, the only way I would ever get it is if it comes to the Switch, which I might be getting.
It's
like,
highly like.
Here's the thing. I am not buying like a PS4/Xbox
Listen,
or
listen,
whatever
listen. Just
for
watch
Persona.
watch the Persona 3 movies,
Watch the anime for Persona 4.
Watch the Persona 4 anime. Don't watch the
And then
Persona 5
play Persona
anime. Because that thing is, honestly, in my opinion, out of 10 stars, I give it 5.
Yo,
Like, I'm
painted
not even
prototype.
joking.
Honestly, I don't know if it's just
I
me, but
even
5
give
out of
Boruto better ratings than that.
Dead at.
Yeah,
I
and I hate
have a
Boruto.
problem with Boruto, personal.
I don't have a problem with Boruto.
I do.
Why?
I just feel like it's kind of connected to Naruto. You know, you feel Naruto Chunin exams was way more dangerous. People almost died. You know,
People did die.
Exactly. Naruto developing his skills by himself. You know, Jiraiya was a thing. Like, I understand Sasuke is a teacher for Boruto, but I feel like Jiraiya had a bigger impact than Sasuke does on Boruto's life currently. You know,
I don't know. For me, here's my outlook on Boruto, right? It's definitely attached to Naruto. Like, I find it, I don't find it as hard as other people. But like for me personally, Boruto to me makes a lot more sense. Like, doesn't it? Naruto. I mean like overall, like based on environment, it makes a lot of sense as to why things are the way they are. Like, tell me this, right? People died in the tuning exams. You remember who died?
no.
No.
Because they're fodder characters.
Well, yeah, but some people died, and that showed that how
But that doesn't
serious
make
it was.
that doesn't make a series any better.
No, but
It's
it
like,
showed how serious it was, and how
I mean,
the
I
main
get
characters
that.
are at risk.
I mean, I get that, but like, at the same time, it's just like, you kind of know that Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, at the end, gave. Sakura just lost her hair.
Yeah.
Sasuke got a curse mark, and Naruto kind of like came out on top with like QB chakra and shit after fighting Orochimaru. If anything, that's about it. Rock Lee was temporarily deafened.
Yeah, because
It's
of
like these are defining moments for the characters. That's because of the time period they're in, right?
honestly, I mean,
I treat Naruto as if it were like as a history thing. I treat Naruto as if like the World Wars, like the Cold War, like that, all that stuff. I treat Boruto as if it's like our generation. 'Cause our generation is like
I treat Naruto like walking on no man's land. I treat
Exactly.
Boruto like a walk in the park.
well, yeah, because it's supposed to be a walk. But
That's
the
what I
thing
don't
with
like though. That's the thing. Like, I understand. Like literally the first episode of Boruto. Oh, look at that. He's older. What happened to Konoha? You don't understand. Like, oh, look at that. He has a mark. He has lightning. Yada 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 yada. Person. He's
Like,
fighting. But where is
But
that now?
I don't know. The problem with Boruto as an anime series, and the manga actually. Okay, the problem with Boruto's anime.
Style is ass.
Okay, the manga's art style's ass.
Yes.
Okay, but like the anime's problem was that the manga is a monthly thing. Naruto is weekly. So you kind of have to fill that time until they can actually get some shit done. And Boruto's still going through that problem. Trust me. The anime started with a dumbass first arc, just like, oh yeah, my class rep is a terrorist. Like,
Dead people.
I can see dead people. Like, you just, oh my god, you don't start off like, oh my god, this is so dumb. If anything, it was just a way to set up Boruto's like dojutsu, like the eye thing. Because they didn't even do that in the manga yet. Establish like the eye as a thing yet. If anything, yeah, they didn't do anything with it. In the anime, they're just like, oh, Boruto sees dark chakra, and like,
Oh, look at that. Remember that guy from the last that tried to smash Hinata? Look, he's here too.
yeah, remember Toneri? Toneri still exists. Like,
He's here.
That.
it's just.
Oh, Ethan, he's the guy that wanted to harness the true power of the Byakugan.
Tensegon.
Yeah, he wanted. It's like an evolved form, and he captured Hinata because she was like the Byakugan princess.
Princess.
Yeah, and Naruto clapped him.
Okay.
So like the problem with Boruto is that it didn't have the same flow as Naruto did. For Naruto, you establish the characters, go to Zabuza arc, then you go to tuning exams, then you get everything else. You get a flow to Naruto. Boruto is so disjointed because it doesn't know what it's doing because they don't have enough material to go off of, except for the movie.
Oh,
That
the
is
movie was
just-
good. I like the movie.
The movie was good, and I think the anime did a lot for the movie. And all
because the movie was coordinated. You know, it went from this to that, everything connected. You know.
Like, the main problem with Boruto, right, if any, like, here's what everyone will universally agree on the series. Out of everything that's been shown so far, the movie adaptation is the best thing for Boruto. And you know why? Because it's Kishimoto. The problem with Boruto as a whole is that they only had, like, chapter 700 and the movie to go off each of these characters, right? And you'd be like, oh wait, but like, this is a fresh start. That means they could like pretty much do whatever they want with the characters. The problem is, the community as a whole is just very like tied to Naruto that they're just like, oh, they're trying to be different, but it doesn't work. It's just like, and then people will complain, it's just like, oh, but they're trying to be the same, so it doesn't work either. So it's just like, you never have a correct balance with these characters. Like, Shikadai will always be kind of like Shikamaru. Boruto will be different from Naruto, but he'll be similar to Sasuke. Sarada will be similar to Naruto, but not similar to Sasuke. Like, all these... Chocho's just...
Chocho, let's not even start with Chocho.
Chocho shouldn't even exist, because
I do not see a lick of Choji anywhere in Chocho.
Yo, fact, I don't even see, like...
Except for her eating problem.
I don't even see her mom in there, because, like, her mom was so forgettable character.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure because her mom is still in a different village. She's not
no, she's not. They show her in Konoha.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's that forgettable.
That sucks. See, the thing is, they even show Tamari. You know, I enjoy
Tamari is still a good character.
I love Tamari. I love the relationship that they have. It's amazing.
Like, the problem with Naruto, like, the problem with, like, all these, like, things in Naruto, like, in Boruto, is because the only one that would really make sense is Tamari and Shikamaru, because they have an established relationship. Sakura and Sasuke kind of came out.
You can tell from the moment that, from, like, the Chunin exam to when Shikamaru fought the one guy that, I forget his name, they wanted to go save Sasuke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that wasn't a guy, that was a girl, that was Tayuya.
Oh yeah, it was Tayuya.
Oh yeah,
the red-haired chick. The red-haired chick with the flute.
This is called Tayuya, guy.
But like as a whole though, right? Like they make the most sense. Even in like the last few episodes of Shippuden, you got a whole arc to like Shikamaru. You had a whole episode of Tamari and Shikamaru. Because they work so well together. I could kind of understand where Naruto and Hinata came from, but at the same time, it was kind of forced. Sakura and Sasuke were definitely forced, because like that came out of nowhere. Choji and like, I even forgot her name.
Forgettable girl.
Forgettable girl. Like,
oh, it's Kari.
No, it's not Kari.
Wait, hey.
Is it Carly?
I think it's this. It's in Waifu Chat. I think it was that.
Let me see this. I think it's that too. But like, I don't know. I'll remember.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'll remember it later. But like, yeah, they're the only it's Carly. The only like interesting thing she did in the entire Naruto series as a whole. The only interesting thing I remember her doing was punch Naruto in the face for not revealing information about Sasuke. That's the only thing, and I hated her. I hated her. Like, we still don't even know Metal Lee's mom. It's probably Tenten.
I doubt it.
I think it is.
It's
Metal
just like,
and uses weapons.
I don't know if he uses weapons. He still uses taijutsu.
I still remember like in the very beginning, he did like
A Demon Wind Shuriken. That was for a lesson.
Still, but
Yeah, I
you know
get
what? This is what I saw.
they're just going off of like eye shape and stuff. It's like it looks like Tensen's. But like my whole point here, the problem is the relationship with Naruto. Like if you don't build a base relationship, it just the characters don't make sense. And then you have to like tie them back to their parents because they're iconic characters now. And like people will be like, oh, but they're so different. It doesn't really matter. Like people will always say that the only good parts of Boruto
is just like him.
Shikamaru.
There's no doubt. Shikamaru's son is just like him.
But for me personally, I don't mind that because like Shikadai is like one of my favorite.
Shikadai is his name.
Shikadai is his name.
Shikadai, oh my lord. I thought Himawari was his name.
But Himawari, okay.
I'm
like,
okay with the name actually.
No, the names really don't bother me. Like Chocho, keep the cho and the.
I'm okay with Sakura, Sasuke, I get that.
No, Sarada is one of my favorite names, just because like people are just like it's supposed to be salad, but like no, but like if you're a true fan, like you know, Sa is from Sasuke, I think. Sarada. Ra is from Sakura, and then the duh part, people are just like, where did duh? And then it's supposed to be like a play on like Itachi's name, like the ta part, but like it's written in a different way. So it's supposed to be Sasuke Sakura Itachi. So it's supposed to be a way to commemorate Itachi. Boruto's name is supposed to be a commemoration to Neji, because Neji means screw. So bolt and screw. Himawari, she's just named after a sunflower, and I forgot what part of the thing that comes from, but I know there was a specific reference to that. Shikadai, I think, is just to keep the show. Yeah. So like, all like their names make sense. Like Rock Lee, Metal Lee, like just gets tougher each freaking generation. Like Mirai Sarutobi, like Asuma's daughter, literally her name means future.
How about Sais?
So, Inojin, Shikacho. So it's just like,
Yeah, I know Ino and Sai can think of Inojin.
yeah. I personally don't have a problem with it. Like, each of these, like, as long as their names make sense, like, it's nice to know that, like, they still remember characters. Like, it was just like Boruto's name is just like changing names of Naruto. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Like, the fact that like they put thought into the name, like, oh yeah, Neji, and like screw Bolt and like that kind of thing. It's just like it's nice to know that they like Kishimoto thought about that. But like I was saying, the main problem with Boruto, like, people say they freaking hate Boruto as a character, but for me personally, I don't. I'm that one person that will defend Boruto just because I find his character to be very realistic, I guess you could say. Because people always say like, oh yeah, Boruto's such a spoiled brat because like he has a father, didn't have a dad, and he still came out better than Boruto. But the problem with Boruto is the fact that he has a dad makes it even worse. Because like Minato's never gonna come back.
Of course, yeah. I'm just hoping that maybe Tsunade could come back.
No, Tsunade came back for like a few episodes.
I know, but Naruto's still Hokage, that's the thing.
Yeah. Like, the problem with Boruto is that like Boruto is raised in our in our type of generation where you have like full advantage of technology. It was like kind of BS, and you have like easier ways to do stuff. Like, you literally have like a web shooter thing that shoots out scrolls that makes like massive colossal jutsus, right? But the thing with Boruto is that his personality of being a brat makes him like defined compared to Naruto. Because like Naruto was a brat, but he came out good. But that's because he was like humbled by the fact that he's just like, oh, I have to act like super happy and shit because I know everyone hates me, but then like I actually got friends and now like this is my actual personality. Boruto had the advantage of his parents being friends with other people, so that's why Shikadai is Boruto's best friend. And like all this other stuff. So like Boruto's supposed to be like the character is just like, oh, he has everything, but he still messes it up, right? So he's supposed to be the character where it's just like he's supposed to be the anti-Peter Parker, where Peter Parker has nothing but still gets the best out of everything. Boruto is supposed to have everything, but still act like the dick, right? But then, the whole problem with Boruto is that we only really saw Boruto's character in the movie. So we already established him as an overconfident brat who believes in his skills and kind of doesn't like to rely on his teammates a lot because he believes in his own skill alone. You have an hour and like 33 minutes to character development for that, so that's a major thing if you're gonna watch like a protagonist for like an entire like series. So that's why like characters like Mitsuki, who you don't know a lot about but get developed in the series, that's why you like them. You tend to like them because like they're kind of mysterious, but you get a vibe from them. Shikadai's character didn't have a lot in the movie, except for just saying like, oh yeah, you better beat Boruto. And, like, that's about it. Like, you didn't really know Shikadai until you saw him in the series and saw, like, oh, yeah, he's Boruto's best friend. He, like, watches out for him. Like, he takes care of him. Like, that kind of thing. So that's why people, like, that's why I tend to like Shikadai a lot. Boruto's character is already established because he's got the movie. So with that, it's like, you're kind of forced to see his flaws. So, you establish him as a brat, and then you go through a whole movie and he's just like, oh yeah, Boruto is basically just like a better character now because he's like matured. And the problem with that is that with the series, you're kind of stuck with that brat until that arc. And even then, Boruto was better written personality-wise in the first arc than he was in any other arc, because you saw Boruto working hard, because he would try to master, like, he was like, yeah, it's like, I want to master wind style, like, I actually care about this Aido Jutsu, and I want to prove to everyone that I actually have it, because that's why he fought Hanabi, to, like, see if he had the Byakugan. He made his own jutsu already called the Boruto Stream, where he combined the wind style release with lightning style to make his own, like, Minato style jutsu. It was super cool. But then you're kind of forced to take all of that where you're just like, oh yeah, I don't care about my dad's image as Hokage. I want to be my own person. That's the whole point with like Boruto. The whole point of Boruto is to prove that he's not just like, he's not like Naruto. He's not supposed to be like Naruto. He wants to go on his own path. That's why he doesn't want to be Hokage. But the thing is, in the anime, they completely got rid of everything from up until that point. They kept the jutsus and stuff. They basically took away the lesson that Kakashi taught to that, like, Genin, the Genin class of that year. He was just like, XYZ. You had to get forced to have Boruto hate Naruto than he should have, just because of, like... Well, honestly, it kind of makes more sense as to why, like, Boruto does not like Naruto. He respects him in the sense that he's just like Hokage, but at the same time, because his dad is around, and Naruto never had a father, Naruto doesn't know how to be a dad to Boruto, and it was directly stated when Boruto was sleeping. Naruto just looks to Hinata, he's just like, damn, I really don't know how to be a dad. Like, I don't know how to be there for him. I don't know how to balance out this stuff. And it's sad to see in the anime when you see like Naruto not showing up for like certain events like Himawari's birthday. And the worst part was I think like this like justifies it. He sent a shadow clone to the birthday party instead of having like a shadow clone stay in the office and go to the birthday party as himself. It was just like, it's still messed up that you're not there for because like even Boruto's birthday is a little bit before Himawari's, so they established that Boruto's birthday, Naruto didn't show up and he was totally expecting it, and you kind of see how hurt he is from that. But it's still messed up that Boruto went directly to the office to talk to Naruto directly and be like, yeah, you better show up for Himawari's birthday, and then have him show up to the birthday party, and then it turns out it's a shadow clone. So you kind of see why Boruto hates Naruto. Like, it's established that he's not as like reliable as a dad should be in that case. So when Naruto finally shows off like, hey, I have QB chakra and like I have to protect the village from like space gods and shit, like you kind of see why he's just like, you kind of see Boruto like click and he's just like, oh, this is why my dad's respected and this is why his job is so important. So then from that point you get character development for Boruto as he matures. So the main problem with the series is that you're stuck with a protagonist who's forced to do something that he shouldn't be doing because he went backwards for the sake of plot. So that's why I personally like Boruto. It's just the problem is the story was set up in the wrong way, as to which, like, it wouldn't work out in the end. I deadass spent 20 minutes explaining that. Alright, let's change a different topic.
Okay, so far we've gone over Pokemon starters, our first animes, a few discussions, you know? I don't know. It is the Midnight Channel, you know, anime themed. I guess we could keep going with anime. But unless there's any other topic you guys want to talk about.
Talk about movies. How the MCU being handled right now.
Captain Marvel, oh lord.
Captain Marvel!
Jesus Christ, I gotta sit up for this one. Okay, now, I never watched Captain Marvel. However, I have read countless reviews, and just the basic gist of what I've heard, that it was hot garbage.
Look, Ethan and I watched the movie. We could tell you, like, I don't know. Ethan, you say your point first. I want to hear your stance on this.
Honestly, I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be. I will say this though, the humor, especially from Marvel's side, like Captain Marvel's side, was kind of like flat. Like Marvel herself didn't really make me laugh too much. Like she didn't really have any good one-liners or like sayings or whatever. The situations themselves might be funny, like with Nick Fury and the kid.
Oh yeah, Nick Fury.
Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and all, but like overall, like the character,
fell
like, you know how like in Marvel, like every character has like those one-liners. Like you have Spider-Man, you have Thor, you have
Iron Man especially.
Iron Man especially, Star-Lord. You know, all these like funny characters, right? That will make you laugh. Yeah, Captain Marvel didn't really make me laugh. Also, I don't get how she's supposed to be the one who beats Thanos.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Like,
according to them comics.
According to
yeah.
Kevin Feige and stuff.
like even in the comics, I think she's weaker than Thor. But like, especially, like I don't see how she's going to beat Thanos. And wait, hold on, can I spoil?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm already pointing at fucking.
Alright, spoilers for the ending of Captain Marvel if you haven't watched it. So basically, Captain Marvel's powers comes from the Tesseract, right?
Oh yeah.
So how the hell is she going to beat Thanos? Even with Thor's help, how is she going to beat Thanos when she basically has 1/6 of the power?
I don't think her powers came directly from the
Yeah,
Tesseract.
but-
It did from
no.
the explosion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was just a normal human pilot before that, remember? And then later she became Kree.
Keep in mind, Thanos has the Tesseract literally on his hand.
He has the
Yeah, I
purest
know.
form of the Tesseract.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. She's supposed to be like space god, but like I don't. If anything, here's my take on Captain. It's all over the place. Like, you can complain all you want about like Spider-Man: Homecoming. Just like, oh, it's not really Spider-Man because like he had from like Iron Man and like he's like not Peter Parker. That's why I think Far From Home is gonna pick up from that. But like
I
Ethan said, right?
I actually kind of like Spider-Man: Homecoming. Why?
I like Spider-Man: Homecoming too, but like, it's just I think best Spider-Man has to be Spider-Man PS4. Like they knew what they were doing with him,
True, but I mean, I'm talking
Personally,
like-
movies only.
but like you can't get.
I like Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man.
I like.
I know the community does not like him because of the way he acted. People say he acted way too cool, Peter Parker. But I feel like he played an amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, 100. I think the community will all agree. Like he was a bad, really good
He
Spider-Man.
was.
Wait a second, didn't we legit have this conversation?
No, we had-
Andrew?
Yeah, I had this conversation with when we were gonna watch How to Train Your Dragon, but like he was a really good Spider-Man, but he was
too cool for Peter Parker.
because like
Hold on, I just had a super weird idea pop into my head, okay?
okay.
Oh my god.
Is it illegal to have an underage ghost to suck your dick?
Hold on a second.
I moved them. No more of that. No more of that.
Hold on a second.
No. We're not bringing it back onto the show.
Okay.
That was his
mine
first.
answered.
No.
Hold
Bo,
on
Bo,
a
this was
second.
your first and
Bo.
last interference from the show.
And Bo, I'm pretty sure yes, that is illegal.
Can I get an answer?
Illegal.
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 Illegal? I shall take my leave in the jail.
Supposed to.
I think
Ladies,
please leave.
ladies and gentlemen, we
Oh,
got it.
Crap.
Oh my
Bring
god.
back Owen and Ben on, please. Like, Jesus Christ. So back to Spiderman. Like, I think Tobey Maguire was a pretty good Peter.
Well, of course, the original always been.
Yeah, but like him as Spider-Man was kind of like cheesy. I think Tom Holland though takes the awkwardness of like and intelligence of Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire's character, to like the very like cool being like, hey, what's up? Like New Yorker vibe you got from Garfield Spider-Man. It's just in a really not Spider-Man situation, I guess I could say. But back to Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It's just Captain Marvel fell very flat because The story didn't really make sense. Like, for Guardians of the Galaxy, no one really knew the Guardians of the Galaxy up until that point unless you were really heavy into comic books.
Yeah.
But even then, that worked better than Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel had one main character. Guardians had like 5. But that's just because James Gunn is a god at writing, and Disney just sucks at like firing him.
See, personally, I'm glad Captain Marvel is shit. I'm a DC fan. And everyone talks so much trash about how bad the DC movies are. I agree. They can't make a movie for anything. But
like Marvel had
DC makes way better games than Marvel.
No, 100%.
Way better games.
Either your Marvel, so I can't really say.
I'm gonna say the best Marvel game out so far is Spider-Man PS4.
The thing is, that's a Sony game. That's not Marvel, that's Sony. So
and then
Sony
the Ultimate Alliance games are kind of okay.
Especially when coming out for the Switch. No, but yeah, that right there, that's a Sony game.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, honestly though.
The Injustice series and like everything else from that, like the Batman Arkham series.
The Arkham series was great.
That was great.
That was amazing games, honestly.
I'll say, oh my god, I'll say DC has the hold on the TV community. Marvel has the best movies. Animated movies, DC for sure has the best.
Have you watched Flashpoint? Oh, amazing.
Flashpoint was so good.
That was a really good animated film. All the twists and everything.
Oh my god. Just seeing when Barry caught on fire for the first time, you're just like, oh shit. And then like for the second time,
he said, screw it, I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, it was
great.
so crazy.
Yeah.
It was so great. And then like overall, like the oh my god, Superman Doomsday, the recent one, that was great.
And I love how they made Superman extremely skinny when they found him in the cave and everything.
Yeah, oh my god, for Flashpoint, that was good. And then what else?
I love all the twists, you know, Thomas Wayne being Batman, you know, Martha Wayne being the Joker, Bruce Wayne being dead. Like that was just
it was great.
Flashpoint in the comics too, especially, was amazing. You know, I'm not just bringing all the attention to the
movie because it was an adaptation of the comics, but they just did it so well in the movie because you could just do a direct adaptation. Everything from the movie enhanced that experience, I guess you could say. I will always love the DC, and Ethan's mom loves the
Young Justice.
Young Justice.
Young Justice. Oh my lord, Young Justice.
I really don't want to get the DC streaming service, but honestly, I would just for Young Justice.
Young Justice is a really good series.
You know, I want Teen Titans back, man. I don't want Teen Titans
though. That's the sad part. I feel you, bro, honestly.
Like, can we get season 6 on the DC streaming service?
Who knows? Honestly, though, we'll never know.
I mean, they are doing this thing where it's like, OG Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go, where I'm just like, just give us what we want, man.
I really enjoy at the end of the Teen Titans Go movie, they had that little clip of the transmission.
Oh, yeah.
That brought a lot of hope back to a lot of old watchers.
And then
they curb stomped it.
All they did was just show. They just re-aired some of the episodes.
Like, I'm okay if Teen Titans Go is its own thing, but like, don't cash up on the old. Like, don't cash on the nostalgia. We get it. It's not gonna come back in like season 6, but like at least, I'd say the Teen Titans Go movie was one of the better portions.
I feel like the movie was pretty good. You know, I watched it. It was not bad. You know, besides bashing on Teen Titans Go, it wasn't that bad.
Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. They're even like self-aware. Like, there was the Young Justice crew, and they're just like, you have to be serious, and we're just like, okay, maybe we're gonna get like. Then they went like full JoJo's Bizarre buff, just like, oh god, I don't know. But yeah, Captain Marvel was just like, it's not bad, but it's not on par with like any of the other movies. Especially if she's the one that's gonna defeat Thanos, and it's just like, this is a horrible start.
It's just a meh movie. Like,
I hope she suffers from Iron Fist syndrome.
which is
So like you know how Netflix has like Jessica Jones, Daredevil. Daredevil's fucking great. Daredevil, Luke Cage,
Iron
and
Fist,
Defenders and
The
Defenders,
Punisher.
Punisher. Yeah, so that like little universe in and out of every like series there, Iron Fist was the worst one. Iron Fist was like not on par with like after getting Daredevil, which is like one of the greatest superhero TV shows to ever have. Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and The Punisher. Shit. Iron Fist really was very under, and people did not like Iron Fist. But then I understand where they're coming from. But then Defenders came out, and he was like a lot better. Like he was written a lot better. So what I'm hoping for is that when she the Avengers Endgame thing, like movie, she's just a lot better as a character. That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
Nah, man, back to what I was saying about Marvel, about Captain Marvel being bad. I'm glad, because this gives DC movies a chance, especially with Shazam coming out.
Shazam looks so
Shazam
good.
looks really good.
Aquaman was good.
Aquaman was
Wonder
good.
Woman
Very
was
decent.
really good.
Oh yeah, everyone loved it because it was a change on all the male superheroes, and then it's just a change showing the woman's side. Everyone enjoyed it. You know, I feel great actors. You know, you know she was pregnant during that movie,
Yeah, and they
and she still did her
screened it.
stunts,
Yeah,
which is very good commitment. And she said she'd be okay with doing like the second movie if they ever had one.
they are working on it. But yeah, like I hope they recast Superman and Batman. Good.
Oh, I
recast.
mean,
Ben Affleck for me was a good Batman.
he wasn't my.
Well-
To me, he wasn't the best Batman. He was an okay Batman. He wasn't the best Batman.
For me personally, I agree because he didn't fall,
Yeah.
and that's like the foundation of the Batman.
Alfred
Alfred was
wasn't
good.
that bad of a change. You know, we
I
needed
like
a change of an Alfred. I like his Alfred. You know.
I'm tired of the Master Wayne.
Yeah, but that actor was really good. You know.
That actor.
He's on par with Morgan Freeman, Nicolas Cage. You know, Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson. He's on par with like those actors. I really feel like Samuel Jackson. Oh Lord, really good actor.
I really want this. I want to see more of this Alfred because this Alfred's just like you could tell he's kind of old. He's just like very
I
smart.
feel like he's very witty too, in my opinion.
He's very witty. He's like if like the 11th Doctor and the 12th Doctor and the 10th Doctor had a fucking baby.
I never really watched Doctor Who. I wasn't a big fan of it. I did enjoy the fact that I got too attached to a Doctor, and then they
And then
switch.
Yeah,
You know, I feel like if I'm gonna be committed, I'd like to stay to one Doctor.
I'm committed to 10th Doctor personally.
Yeah, but I understand. You know, it's a fandom. Everyone enjoys it. I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm not gonna get into it.
I agree. Like, I don't know, but for me, like that Alfred, you could tell he's kind of like old, but like he's very cynical, but he still has like faith in what Bruce is doing.
wait, which Alfred?
We're talking about the new one.
BBS.
Oh yeah.
Like I like that take on Alfred. Like I liked the Dark Knight Alfred a lot too, because he had the scene in the elevator. He's like, Bruce is like, you still haven't given up on me. Then Alfred's like, never. It's like, damn, that's good. But like in the long run, I like the Alfred from BBS also. What else?
Yeah, but, oh, that new Spider-Man movie looks clean.
What?
New Spider-Man movie.
Far From Home was so good.
Yo, Mysterio.
Mysterio looks.
First appearance in any Marvel movie so far, modern. And I'm hyped because like he was part of the Sinister Six, and he was shown no love. We saw Rhino. We saw the Vulture.
We've seen Green Goblin
We've
too
seen
many
Green
times.
Goblin. We've seen Hawkeye. We've seen Sandman.
We've seen Venom not
We've
done
seen
correctly. Then
But where's Mysterio? Because he was part of the Sinister Six. You've seen Doc Ock.
yeah.
But
What else?
Mysterio, you know?
Yeah. I'm glad he's finally getting spotlight, but he's kind of a hero. But I think
I have
they're
a
gonna.
problem with that because even in Ambition original comics, he wasn't said to be a villain.
I feel like he's gonna backstab Peter.
Probably.
You know what I kind of want to see though? Uncle Ben.
Hmm.
And I kind of want to see Tobey Maguire as Uncle Ben. Just saying. Okay, what else is there to talk about? I mean, we should do one more topic and then we should finish up the podcast. Alright.
We talk about a lot of stuff. Next time though, I want to like.
I want more
Focus.
people.
Yeah, I want to focus on one topic though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is there? I think YouTube Rewind's kind of late to the game when it comes to like topics, but like honestly, I just want to talk about Persona, even in
I mean, we can set off a whole podcast.
because we the freaking Midnight Channel, man. We got our namesake comes from Persona. We should debrief Ethan on like a.
Oh my god.
Come on! I'll literally give you a segment in the podcast like next time where you go on a tangent about.
We should do a video. You know how they have that JoJo video where they show you characters and make people like guess what the characters' names are?
Yeah.
We should do that with
For
Persona
Yu-Gi-Oh.
4.
Ooh.
Hey, we should show them the personas and ask them and tell them which tarot card it is. And for him to guess.
We show him the world one. He's just like, is it not Zawarudo? Is it not Star Platinum?
Is that not from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Is that not Hierophant Green? I don't know. It's just Persona is just one of those series where it's like they change the formula, it just gets better. Which is why they don't. Why I hope they don't just like. Really. Best Persona game in Europe.
Golden.
Golden?
Golden.
Really? Even with Mari?
Marie's in Golden.
Yeah.
Oh, Golden.
Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of split on this. Story-wise, Persona 3. Character-wise, Persona 4. Group and gameplay. I don't know. Gameplay is definitely Persona 5. That's kind of
man. It's only because it's modern. You know, it has the advantage of it. You know.
Yeah, but like group-wise, it's a tie between the investigations.
The reason why Persona 3 I'm not a big fan is because in Persona 3, in one of the versions, you can't decide what your teammates do.
Oh yeah. Mitsuru, Marin, Karin. It's just like.
She's like, hey, I want to heal. Oh no, you don't. You want me to block? Oh, okay, I guess. And my team's dead. Look at that.
Yeah, my team's dead. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that whole problem. I don't know. It's fine. I never really played Persona 3 though. I watched the movies. You know.
I don't know. I'm definitely gonna play through some. But yeah, like team-wise, I must say,
Phantom Thieves.
Like C's is like kind of like individuals. They're fine on their own, but like as a team, they're kind of. For Phantom Thieves, you definitely see a lot of them, especially like going on mementos and the banter they have. I'm gonna say this: the anime is bad, but like they character.
Cutting out a bit there.
Not really.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like,
we're about to wrap up.
Yeah, the anime is not good by all means for 5. Like they do a good job of some of the characters.
Wait, next time I want to discuss the Yu-Gi-Oh trilogies.
Ooh,
you know,
right.
from regular Yu-Gi-Oh,
Personally,
all the way
I
to the newest one.
Personally,
I forgot what it's called.
V-Reigns.
V-Reigns, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys this, like, as I was growing up, I know Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's fine. You know, it's fine.
So I really want to.
Hey man, I'm on this stream and I don't know anything about Persona basically. So hey.
Like I'm like with Owen in the case where he's just like JoJo Bizarre Adventure meme, but like I didn't watch it yet. Like that's me with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Bet that's the same thing with me and JoJo. I've watched like some of it, but no.
Okay, I think next podcast we should talk about like different series that like we should like people should get exposed to. So like Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I need to get exposed to Yu-Gi-Oh! Ethan needs to get exposed to JoJo.
I mean, I have been exposed. I just like don't.
I know, but like, you need to get like the full deets. Like,
I'm
details
good.
on-
Eh,
You ain't supposed to do nothing.
I don't know, like, I don't know.
You're
I
not,
don't know,
exposing,
this is
you're not
fun.
exposing me to Boruto. That's the last thing you're gonna be doing.
Look, I just exposed a lot of people to Boruto. Watch this.
Listen. You've already exposed me enough with Lonely Go. The best opening in all of Boruto.
Look, Kuma, I'm gonna say this right now. If we ever get Kawaki,
If you
once
ever get
Kawaki, look, once Kawaki showed up. Don't do this to me, Ethan.
Claire Kowalski.
Bro,
No,
analysis?
no.
Alright.
Like Kawaki is like, he was the guy that showed up at the beginning of Boruto.
Oh,
where he's like,
him.
yeah, he's in the manga right now. It's an interesting dynamic because Naruto technically adopted him, so he's technically Boruto's brother right now.
That's
And
crazy.
he's
And,
like-
he kills Naruto. That's crazy.
Like Kawaki is so chill right now. Like he protected Himawari.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Kawaki guy that came out. I'm telling you, once Boruto hits like the manga stuff with like Kara and like all the curse marks and stuff, and no, the craziest thing, right, is that Boruto's curse mark is linked to Kawaki's. Like when he activates it, Boruto's is activated. It's like
That's
crazy stuff. So it's just like, once you get to that part, like once they hit the manga stuff, I swear to God, it's fire.
Oh, there's that.
I'll tell you the minute we get the minute we get into Kawaki, I'll tell you like to watch the anime. But like for now, chill out, I guess.
Yeah, alright. I guess we've done it for
All right, guys. Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Welcome to the Midnight Channel, and this has been it.
All right.
Why did you end with welcome? Hello.
Cause
Welcome to the Midnight Channel.
Igor is a very peculiar person. alright?
Yeah, he always starts with.
You'll figure out next podcast. We'll explain him to you.
Oh god.
Yep.
Oh,
Alright,
no,
that's
no,
all.
no.
You take me